Welcome to Education and Safety. I'm Mike, and today we're out on the boardwalk in Red Rock. Believe it or not, it's 5:35 p.m. The sun is setting on October 26, 2023. Temperature is about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's a beautiful day. See if we can see some wildlife. Here we go. Oh, righty, we're out here, and this is the Red Spring area. Beautiful, different educational platforms here, and they have the piece out there. That's where the Red Spring's at. It's pretty cool. So you ask, how does this vegetation in here so green right where we're hiking, where this boardwalk is? Well, it's because of this right here. It rains, it goes down through limestone, it goes down through sandstone. Next thing, it goes down here through the shale. And then, believe it or not, there's all kinds of different other aspects and conglomerate rocks down here. And also, across this way, it starts to percolate and then saves, and then it comes up. So there's little teeny tributaries underneath here, little teeny streams, potentially aquifers, even little teeny ponds in the ground. And as it fills this up, it'll come out of that red spring back in that area right there. So there's water back there right now. So it's really interesting. But this is really dry right now. It's green from the rain we had, but it's dry. Now I'm walking around the boardwalk. I'm going around clockwise, and now I'm starting to head back downhill. But what's amazing, it is green in here. A lot of the critters start to go in when the sun goes down. Some of the bigger hawks come out. Some of the feeding animals come out towards this time, the owls and things like that. So people, wonder how big stones fall down in here. Believe it or not, this area up here behind me is all sandstone. And depending on what type of winter we have in Las Vegas, Nevada, determines how much stone falls down, whether it's small stones or large stones. If it's a large stone, the size of a bus or a car, it has potential to come down through, and you'll see the piece of boardwalk replaced. Now, since they put this out here, I don't think anything has happened so far that came across, so nothing has fallen down across the boardwalk. It doesn't mean that things aren't falling down all the time, because sandstone is very, very loose. And when you have the temperatures come out here and you get like rain, goes in between the rocks, it freezes, it goes down to like maybe 5-10 degrees Fahrenheit, and then during the winter time sometimes it gets up to 50, 60, 70 degrees. Those expansion and contractions and those ranges makes these large rocks fall. And these rocks all fell at one time. Big rocks. Can you date when they fall? I guess perhaps if you went up and took a look and looked at how many rocks fell before that. And the rocks that are down here in the desert side of the floor, if they're covered with sand, that means it could be thousands of years old from all of the sand, from the sandstone coming down. And that's why when you take a look, you'll see the desert is all red sand. Tan sand, red sand. Really neat. And it just fills up gradually. And big boulders that fell down there that are covered almost to the top means it was coming off this mountain for thousands of years. Now, 10,000 years ago, let's say, there was many tribes out here even before 10,000 years. Who knows how many thousands of years ago someone came through here. But I'll tell you what, if you take a look around, you'll find large areas that were carved out in the sandstone to live in. You'll also find many areas that are very interesting that they camped and so forth. But some of the stuff looks just like this, but this is the more modern day stuff right here. the mano amente, you can find those out in the desert for sure. Stuff like this. Now take a look. When the skies have tons of color and clouds there, and Mount Charleston is out this way, which is 12,924 feet, the shark fin right here swimming east, northeast, that's a large shark fin. From where I stand, I would probably say it would take 4 hours to hike that, to go up, and probably 4 hours to come back down from right where I'm standing. If you took your time, did some photos and everything, and also make sure you take 3 liters of water. No matter if it's summer, winter, or fall, or spring, you got to take water. Those are the most important things to always take when you go out there. Plenty of food, first aid kit. Also, you want to take out with you a knife, perhaps 2 knives, perhaps bear spray, and also you want to take, when you climb up to there, you want to take out, it would be a smart idea to take like a 357 Magnum pistol or even a 38 pistol, just because there is wildlife out there, and where there's rabbits, there's coyotes. Where there's coyotes, there's foxes. Where there's foxes, there's desert roadrunners. Where there's roadrunners, there's mountain lions. And where there's mountain lions, in some parts of Nevada, you'll find some bears. I'm not sure if you'll find bears up there, but you'll definitely run into a mountain lion. That's for sure. So you got to be careful, because they come down off the mountain when it starts to get cold. And when it gets cold, that's when activity starts to happen down here in the valley. You'll find mountain lions even hitting the skirts of where Red Rock houses meet. And some of them come down here and they'll take a cat or a dog because they know it's there. If they get it and leave, they're probably going to remember exactly where they got it, and then they leave. If they go the wrong way, the wildlife, game preserve people will come out, tranquilize it, take it away, take it way up in the mountains. But that's it. That's the shark fin. It's really cool. It's a beautiful night out tonight. What an evening. This whole area in here at one time was a large pond. And over thousands of years, it filled in with sand, stone from the mountain that came down off these areas here and down into this area here. And if you look, there's a boulder back here. That boulder was big. It came off that mountain thousands of years ago, maybe hundreds of years ago, who knows? But I would probably say 1,000, because the sandstone has risen over half the size of that particular rock that was there. And it didn't settle down into the sand raised up. So this whole area raised up gradually to fill in that around that boulders that you see. Let's just talk about one thing. If you're going to go hiking up to the top of the shark fin up there, and there's many names for it, but since this whole area was underwater at one time, let's just call it the shark fin, because it does look like a shark fin more than anything else. And it is a serious climb up there. That is not a cakewalk climb. In the fall, like right now, temperatures can change from 80 degrees during the day and drop down to easily 32 degrees Fahrenheit below zero, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, not below zero, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which means if it rains, the rain freezes on the rocks. And now if you don't have crampons with cleats on your shoes, you're not coming down from that mountain. Not a chance. Not a chance if there's any frozen ice up there. Plus, gloves. Very important to have rubber gloves. And if you had crampons, it would probably be best to have rubber gloves with spikes on, so that when you touch it, it doesn't slide. So there's many factors to climbing that mountain. So that wraps it up for today. Hope you enjoyed yourself a little history of what's going on around here. And there's trails all over the place. Recently, they just put up these rattlesnake habitat because there is rattlesnakes and venomous snakes around here all over the place. So when you hike, remember, things look for shade and they look for water, and where there's water there's animals. So enjoy. Until the next time, we'll see you.